secondary looked like at cornerback that there's a lot of players there, a lot of extremely talented players, but the injury bug hit the cornerback position pretty hard in 2021. And then at safety, Demoni Richardson, of course, is back.
Yeah, so this is going to be, I think, probably one of the strengths of the team, honestly, heading into next year, because injuries did kind of hit this group hard, but Tyreek Chappell stepped in and got some really valuable experience. I think he was one of the real bright spots of last year, and just what he was able to do, and so now he's heading into his sophomore year. You've still got Jalyon Jones back. Who now is kind of one of the more experienced guys in that room, along with Demoni Richardson. He's been on campus now for 2 years playing. And so he brings a lot of experience to the table. And then you've got Deuce Harmon, who I know A&M is really, really high on. Saw some action last year. Battled some injuries. He was one of those guys that battled some injuries. So he's got to get healthy and get back up to speed. And then, I think everybody's just, if there's a guy that everybody just can't wait to see kind of step in, is Antonio Johnson, and just what he was able to do last year. I think he's a natural guy to kind of step into where Leon O'Neal was and play alongside Demoni Richardson. And I think, he's a guy that people just can't wait to see. And Jordan Gilbert is another guy that saw some action last year and kind of made a good impression. And that's not even taking into account the freshmen who are coming in. Bryce Anderson's a guy who's already on campus, could potentially fill in that slot nickelback role and play a little bit down there. Guys like Denver Harris, who was obviously one of the more coveted players in the 2022 class, strikes you as a guy that could come in and also make an impact right away. They've got a lot of bodies in that room. A guy like Bobby Taylor, Jacoby Matthews, Smoke Bowie. They've got a lot of tremendous athletics. They've really upgraded the athleticism in that room. And I think that's a position that's turning into an area of strength. But it's been a target too. And they've tried to add as many versatile pieces as they could, and guys that can play multiple positions. And in today's day and age, with these spread offenses and just how much speed you have to contend with on a weekly basis, I think A&M's really tried to upgrade that room.
Yeah, you mentioned Antonio Johnson. My goodness, 79 tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss, had a sack, had a pick, 5 passes defensed, filled up the box score, and was second on the team to Aaron Hansford in total tackles, only 10 everywhere. Behind. Absolutely.
He was everywhere. And I was listening to an interview earlier this week that Mike Elko was doing. And he just absolutely raved about Antonio Johnson and how lucky he was to get to coach him and just the impact that he made. He did not have enough good things to say about him and just continued on. And you could tell just how highly everybody in that room thinks of him. Called him an extremely special player with his instincts. And he's a guy, I think, that heading into next year still has more to grow, and really excited to see what he kind of does this spring.